stick and tap, ya tough it up, take me far away. Mr. TJ, make me travel. Now I no fit trust anybody. Now me can no fit shout. My body don't dey tire. Make me mad. My head don't scatter. My holy father. Chee! Man, when I heard this song in this movie, I went crazy. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And in this video, I want to talk about Wakanda Forever. And this movie is basically the sequel to Black Panther. In this movie, T'Challa is dead. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. And the citizens of Wakanda and T'Challa's friends and family, they are trying to deal with the loss of T'Challa. And at the same time, they are dealing with a new threat that has come to cause them a problem. And before I talk too much, I need to talk about something that stood out to me when I first saw this movie. Like, the performances from the actors, you could see it, like, you could see their grief coming through in their performance. And I was like, this is very, very good. Like, for the actors to be able to implement their grief in the real life for losing Chadwick Boseman, to be able to impact it in the movie and to make you feel the impact and to feel the loss of the character and the loss of the person in this movie and in their performance. The performances were so good, especially Angela Bassett. Man, this woman gave me shivers. Like, there was one particular sequence where she gave a monologue and I was like shivering in my seat. Like, that performance was so good and so electrical. You could hear the grief in her voice and in her performance and the electricity she brings to her character. And it was just like, wow. I don't think she performed this way in the first Black Panther film. And to see her like this was just like, wow. She's not the only one. Shuri also performed fantastically well. Not just two of them. Like, the whole cast in this film is so phenomenal, and like they bring a different side of them, a side that we've not really seen. I think because they are dealing with grief, so that grief just stands front and center in their performance, and it just improved and increased their performance, and it was just so good to see them do all that. Letitia Wright carries this movie. Don't let me say she carries the movie, but she's like the main focus of the movie. And man, for her to be able to portray the emotional journey of Shuri and to be able to play it convincingly and to keep the grief, you could always see the grief on their face and in their performances, and to have to just play that character so well, it's just like, wow, she did a fantastic job. For her to be able to helm the Black Panther thing and carry the performance like that was just so unbelievable, and she did it so well. Not just two of them, the whole cast was phenomenal. And speaking of the characters, the bad guy in this film, Namor, played by Tenoch Huerta, wow, his performance was amazing. I've not seen him in a movie before, and to see an unknown person play the role of a villain like this and play it so well, like, it was so intimidating. Anytime I saw him, I was like, what is this guy going to do? Like, I was panicking, legit panic, because I felt like this is someone, because of how intimidating it was and the way he has been establishing his presence throughout the film, you just feel like if something does not go the way this guy wants it to go, this guy could go ape shit. And just made him so intimidating and so fun to watch. And I just loved seeing him like that. Like, I am so glad they didn't kill his character off. So there's probability of us seeing him in more movies. Like, I enjoyed him so much in this movie, and I really want to see him more. And the actor that played him, Tenoch Huerta, man, this man did a fantastic job. Okay, I think in the first Black Panther movie also, I liked the villain more than I liked the hero. And this movie also, it's the same way. Like, I found myself wanting to see more of Namor than I wanted to see Shuri. Like, and that was just how electric and how gripping his performance was. And man, I just love seeing it, and I hope we see more of him in the future. I have to give credit to the director of this film. This guy did a fantastic job. To be able to follow the first Black Panther with how successful it was and how good it was, to be able to follow it with this movie and to be able to still deliver, like, it was so amazing. And this movie could, like, I saw some things that made it feel like it elevated the Wakanda aesthetic of it. The set design was so good. The set design, especially in the ocean with the Talokans, the set design was so good. Seeing all those things in the ocean and seeing how they filmed it, the cinematography, wow, it was so amazing. And the soundtrack, oh my god, the soundtrack was so good. Like, I already heard one song before I saw the movie. I heard Alone by Burna Boy. I already heard it before I saw the movie. but listening to other soundtracks that were in this movie was just like, wow, why didn't I listen to this whole album? And I was just like, I need to listen to this whole album because of how good the songs were in the movie and how they played to it. And when I heard Alone by Burna Boy, I lost it, man. I lost it. I was so excited. I was just singing along. I was just seeing what was playing with the song. And I was just like, oh, man, it just filled my heart with so much bliss. And I loved and I appreciated seeing it. Like, the director of this job, he did a very fantastic job, honestly. That's what I can say. There's something about this movie that just made me appreciate it so much more. The comedy in it is toned down drastically compared to other Marvel works. And I feel like it is very, very good like that, to like say a tribute to Chadwick Boseman's legacy and is what he has brought to the character. And I just felt like this is the best way to honor this guy. Don't put too much comedy, don't drown it in comedy. Let there be comedy, yes, but the comedy was not too much. And it was just very perfect for the scene and just made everything that was happening, the reality of it, just sitting with you. Yes, it's a fictional thing, but in real life, we lost someone. So we had to acknowledge it, and I love that they acknowledged that we lost Chadwick Boseman, and it was so good. And it was such a good tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I'm sure his family members or his friends and families, when they see this movie, they'll be so glad for it and they will appreciate it so much more. I know I did. There were some cameos in this movie, especially one very important cameo, and I was like, wow, I didn't see this coming. And when I saw it felt my heart with joy. And one thing I appreciated about the cameo, they didn't just do it because they wanted to do a cameo. It had a reason for the character being there, and the character's delivery and his performance and everything that he brought in that sequence was just like, thank you for adding this guy to this, and thank you for making this story. Is it more complicated? I'll say, because what the character does, it just gets into the head of one of the main characters, and I was just like, thank you for doing this, thank you for adding this sequence. And so just like, wow, I didn't see that coming, and it was so well worth it. And it was not just done for shock value, it added to the story, and that was what I appreciated most about it. Man, I say the director of this movie did a fantastic job. Like, thinking about it now, and as I'm talking about it, I'm just thinking about a lot of things that went so right with this film, and I'm just glad for it. I love what this guy did with it. I think Ryan Coogler is the director of this film, and he did a fantastic job. So guys, have you seen Black Panther, Wakanda Forever? Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Comment below and let me know. And if this is your first time on my channel, my guy, my girl, thank you for sticking up to this time, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Cheers.